Did you know? A deeper dive. We've done a couple of YouTube shorts on this channel about bananas, but it's now time for a deeper dive. We'll look at a range of topics such as origins, trade, global production, and why bananas matter. Let's look at their origins and what we know about their early trade. Could bananas be considered to be the first fruit on Earth? Well, some horticulturists do believe that bananas were the first fruit on Earth. Their origin is placed in Southeast Asia, in the jungles of Malaysia, Indonesia, or the Philippines, where many varieties of wild bananas still grow today. Africans are credited to have given the present name, since the word banana could be derived from the Arab forefinger. Bananas started to be traded internationally by the end of the 14th century. The development of railroads and technological advances in refrigerated maritime transport subsequently enabled bananas to become the most traded fruit in the world. From these humble beginnings, bananas have gone on to become a global trade and production powerhouse. Around the globe, bananas are grown in more than 150 countries, and 105 million tons of the fruit are produced each year. The dessert banana, like the Cavendish variety, are of huge economic importance to many countries in the global south, and they account for 43 million tons, and the plantain account for 45 million tons. Locally consumed bananas are a staple food in many tropical countries and play a major role in terms of food security. And just how are they grown? People often assume that the banana fruit grows on trees. However, the banana is a high herb which can grow up to 15 meters. There are over 1,000 different varieties of bananas growing around the world, subdivided into 50 groups. Some are sweet, like the Cavendish variety, which is the most common and most widely exported. It is named after Musa Cavendishi and was first grown at Chatsworth House in the UK in 1830. This variety of banana is currently under threat from a disease called sigatoka, which has reduced banana yields by 40% year on year. From export revenues through employment to the bigger picture, it seems that indeed bananas do matter. In summary, bananas are one of the most consumed and cheapest fruits worldwide. They are the most traded fruit and the fifth most traded agricultural product. The global export value of the banana trade was estimated to be $8 billion in 2016, with a retail value between $20 and $25 billion. In terms of export revenues, bananas constitute a significant portion for many Latin American and Caribbean countries. For example, banana exports account for a quarter of Ecuador's total non-petroleum exports, and Ecuador accounts for around 30% of the world banana market supply. Bananas also contribute to employment and income for many countries. According to the Ecuador government, the banana industry generates about 2 million direct and indirect jobs in the country. At the height of the Windward Islands industry, it was estimated that up to 60 cents in every dollar circulating in the fragile island economy of Dominica were generated by banana production. They are an essential source of income and employment for many households, as well as being a source of nutrition and food security for more than 400 million people in producer countries. However, only 15 to 20% of the world's banana production is traded internationally. The largest producer, India, exports almost nothing, whilst Brazil exports very little, keeping bananas for the domestic market. There is also the bigger picture to consider. Bananas are emblematic of the growing power of supermarkets along global supply chains and of the wide range of injustices present in international trade today, including unacceptable working and living conditions for many who grow and harvest the bananas, the suppression of independent trade unions, and an unfair sharing of profits along the chain. There are also failures to respect decent health and safety standards, and the evidence of the devastation caused to human health and the natural environment by toxic chemicals and intensive monoculture plantation production is increasingly evident. Some scientists believe that the latest disease threat to the industry from Fusarium TR4 is caused by a failure to manage soil properly. Moving on to how and where bananas are grown. Banana plants are often mistaken for trees or palms. They are actually herbs. The banana is a perennial plant that replaces itself. Bananas do not grow from a seed, but from a bulb or rhizome, and it takes 9 to 12 months from sowing a banana bulb to harvesting the fruit. The banana flower appears in the 6th or 7th month. Unlike other fruit, like apples, which have a growing season, bananas are available all year round. Banana plants thrive in tropical regions where the average temperature is 80 degrees F, 27 degrees C, and the yearly rainfall is between 78 and 98 inches. Most bananas exported are grown within 30 degrees either side of the equator. The plants need rich, dark and fertile soils with steady moisture in the air, and ground and good drainage. Banana plantations are predominantly found in Latin America. That said, bananas and other tropical fruit like pineapples are grown in the tropical regions of Africa, Latin America, the Caribbean and the Pacific. Most tropical fruit available in British supermarkets is exported from Latin America, the Caribbean and West Africa. They require huge investment in infrastructure and technology for transport, irrigation, drainage and packing facilities. On the other hand, in the Eastern Caribbean, farmers tend to use smallholder production. This system is less capital intensive and more labor intensive, and is present because the physical features of the area mean it is not possible to use the plantation system. Growing bananas is, in general, labor intensive. It involves clearing jungle growth, propping of the plants to counter bending from the weight of the growing fruit, and irrigation in some regions. As well as an intensive use of pesticides, the conventional production process involves covering banana bunches with polyethylene bags to protect them from wind, insect and bird attacks, and to maintain optimum temperatures. After 9 months, the bananas are harvested while still green. At the pack house, they are inspected and sorted for export. Buyers of fruit in the UK want unbruised bananas, and so very high standards are set. If the bananas do not meet these standards, they are usually sold locally at a much lower price. The fruit is then transported to ports to be packed in refrigerated ships called reefers. Bananas take between 6 and 12 days to get to the UK-Europe. In order to increase shelf life, they are transported at a temperature of 13.3 degrees Celsius and require careful handling in order to prevent damage. Humidity, ventilation and temperature conditions are also carefully monitored in order to maintain quality. When the bananas arrive at their destination port, they are first sent to ripening rooms, a process involving ethylene gas, and then sent to the shops. That concludes our Did You Know deep dive into bananas. Please like and subscribe.